we're here at the 203 East Broadway address. Our building here used to be the Whitman Law Office, and we are doing a checkup. It's been 3 weeks and 1 day since the storm. I just turned the fan off. We're still running dehumidifiers and fans to be able to try to get more moisture out of this building. As you can see, we removed a lot of ceiling tiles. All the carpet was removed. Things that were just absolutely soaked. We're still working on getting moisture out of the building. The roof is being completed today, and so that is going to help because we have had rain since the EF1 tornado, which has not been a help to us. We are currently still working with the insurance company on what they're going to cover, what they're not going to cover, and going through all of those hurdles. You know, it's one of those things where as a business owner, you look at all the things that are hitting you all the time. And even in the middle of an F1 tornado, we're so thankful nobody was hurt, but it's been a roller coaster of a ride for the last 3 weeks. It makes me stop and think about one of those Bible verses that talks about the Lord will not test you above what you're able and give you more than you can handle, basically. And we are definitely across the businesses and the different things that are happening. You find yourself being pushed on those. But like what they say, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. And so we're definitely going to come out stronger on the other side. It's just the ongoing, what's the next step? What do we need to do next? What do we have to wait and see? We knew we had to get a roof on. We had a lot of roof damage. 3/4 of this roof was blown off. And so we had a lot of extra damage up there that we had to take care of. And then again, looking inside, we had somebody who was looking at renting this as is. And of course, now we're going to have to go through. We have new lights coming in tomorrow, going to LED and getting rid of the lights. That's an Ameren program that we're taking part in. And so we'll be getting new lights put in this on the downstairs, which we're actually doing that tomorrow. And then we'll be looking at what are the next steps. We'll get the furniture moved out, get it cleaned up. Most of it is still very good and intact. Some of it's a little outdated, but we'll get rid of that furniture. But as far as the desk goes, we're going to keep those. And then we'll look at, are we able to save the paneling? Do we need to tear the paneling down? Does it have moisture in it? Is there insulation in the walls? Is there moisture in the insulation? We'll start going through and evaluating what it is we're going to do with this building. So this is one of the examples of, get the carpet ripped out, and then you have a couple layers of underlayment, the plywood underlayment, and then seeing what kind of condition it's in. There's actually a moisture meter that we're able to use. We just want to make sure that we don't end up with any kind of mold problems later. And so that's one of the things you have to be very careful of, is you don't end up with black mold or something that's going to cause breathing issues for people who rent it in the future. If you put offices in here or retail or whatever it is, you don't want a situation where your basement and your underlayment is causing you an issue. So that's what we're checking. So we will be tearing up different places and then making the decision whether we have to tear it all out or whether we're able to use the underlayment, which I'm hoping we can use this and this go over the top with new carpet or new tile. So this side of the building, we had the roof being exposed quickly, and then we had a lot of rain that came after the initial tornado. And so this room here had a lot of water coming down in it. So this plaster, of course, and all this lath will have to come down. And then in this room in here, the same thing is true. We had a lot of water coming through. So we had a lot of plaster come down. A lot of lath will have to be removed. And go back to the floor joists. And then we'll most likely just put up drywall. These are nice high ceilings. We could put suspended ceilings in here if we decided to. That would allow us to run duct work and all those kinds of things. So we might go with a drop ceiling. We do have about another 4 feet above this to the roof line. And so there is area up there to run electrical and run heating and cooling. JR Commercial Roofing is just finishing up EPDM rubber roof up here on the Whitman Building, 203 East Broadway. This roof looks simple when you first look at it, but they did have to do a lot of replacement of joists and things of that nature and rafters. And so there was a lot of extra work that had to go into, a lot of decking had to be replaced. And then once you start looking, you realize you have a valley, you have a lot of things to go around. all around the edge, we had some damage that was done to the bricks, and so then they had to be tuck pointed. The thing you have to be concerned about is not just about being able to run water off a roof like this, but the concern has to be with the winters, with the snow that's going to be around the valleys and around the different points of entry with the air handlers. And so you really have to make sure that you're doing a job with the idea of deep snow and making sure we don't end up with ice damming or anything like that that could cause us a problem later on.